Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varisthaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Others' house to Ram's house, Ramakrishna has come, and Ram had arranged a festival to celebrate Master's visit. And the Harikatha, the story of the Lord in various forms, being taken up by the Kathak Thakur, and the Harishchandra's story was going on. All are weeping and wailing, seeing the tragedy that a person passes through. Being an honest person, how much of tests and trials goes in his life. He withstands all the tests, bears all the suffering silently to get the blessings in the end. The tragedy, the wailing in the story as well as by the devotees, Sri Ramakrishna suddenly wants to change the whole atmosphere to a joyful state. Because Sri Ramakrishna belonged to another realm of the Vedic times like Ananda. With Buddha's coming, he started pointing out to the world suffering, dukkha. Everywhere there is suffering, transcend and go. But Vedic rishis did not point to this is negative approach. Both approaches lead to the same goal. Everything is temporary, everything is suffering. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. This world is Dukkhalaya, a dwelling place of dukkha, suffering. Like that. So, transcend this and go. You will have eternal freedom, eternal bliss. The Vedic rishis had a different attitude. Oh, there, look, there is the infinite joy. Go towards that, run, catch, dive into it. They never pointed to the dukkha of the world. They pointed to the Ananda Swarupa. Sri Ramakrishna belongs to that class where from childhood he has been experiencing. He understands the suffering. Rama's weeping for Sita when she is lost. All this, wherever there is suffering, his participation is there to eliminate the suffering. But suffering to be contemplated upon and becoming morose and struggling to climb, he never liked. He presented the joy, ocean of joy, went on pointing to that. Climb, climb. Why are you here? And instead of asat term, he used to say transitory. Sat and asat. And the world is unreal. He used to use the common phrase used by all Advaitis. Oh, this is asat, unreal. The real and unreal. Nitya, nitya vastu viveka. He used to. But immediately he will correct the term. This world is unreal. That means it is today's play, it is transitory. So positive way of giving everything, positive way of giving everything. You can say the door is half open or half closed. If you try to see the half closed, immediately your spirit decreases. If you see it's half open, immediately your spirit rises. Even within ourselves, we have so many things that are good and great. There are so many things which are bad and which is unbearable to the own person. If we see defects in us, if we see the shortcomings, if we see our errors and mistakes, we will be torturing ourselves. The same, oh, there is scope. I have so many things good in me. If I see the same amount of bad is there, half open, half closed, because I am human, I am not yet divine. They are going to persist. All defects in me, all errors, all mistakes that I do is going to persist till the spiritual awakening is there. The whole effort is not to deprive the body of anything, but to transcend the body and attain. We give attention to the body. Oh, I have this defect in me, this defect in me. That makes me morose, that makes me lose all spirit, that is going to torture me in various ways. And I react to that torture in a different way because I am animal yet. I am not yet divine. To utilize even the shortcomings to climb up, I start torturing my mind, I started torturing my body, I start torturing. You can see in Himalayan regions, so many people standing with one hand on the one leg for days and days, years and months, torturing the body. They don't see the Lord sitting inside and experiencing that joy simultaneously. So many good is there in them. So many. Look at the way they are able to stand for months and months on one leg with one hand raised, or lying on a nails stuck to a board on that, sleeping day and night, with nails pricking the body. That torture to the body, torture to the mind, it's going to deprive us of all strength and energy to climb up. I have this equal amount of goodness that I can cling to the real, then fight with the unreal. Body is constantly changing. Mind is constantly changing. Why should I look at them? I will look at the glory. I am Atman. Why should I care for these bodily demands and expectations? Let it follow its dharma, I will follow my dharma. I climb, I keep climbing. So, same amount, the same energy is spent there, the same energy is spent here. I can stand in a particular step and fight with the lower, or I can cling to the higher and pull myself up. The same energy is used. I won't be climbing if I look down and fight with my lower by aspects of my existence. If I look at higher aspects of my existence, I start climbing. Energy lost is same, time lost is same. I would have gone so much above. I'm climbing down each day. So Thakur says, if you want to go to east, why should you fight with the west? Keep going to the east, west falls behind by itself. So this attitude of Thakur, look to the positive, look to the positive. You are Ananda Swarupa, you are Ananda Swarupa. Don't forget that. So the Harishchandra story is going on, everybody's tear is falling down. Sri Ramakrishna is asking him, will you sing some bhajans of Vrindavan, gopis? How they panted, same panting, panted for God. They loved God. They wanted to have Krishna amidst them. Tell those stories, sing some songs of that. He is changing the whole atmosphere. He is taking these people another aspect of life. When I was in Kamarpukur, one small girl had come, the auditor's daughter. She was studying second standard. And she has come alone, she's sitting alone and moving about alone. Father is going to stay for 1 week at a stretch, doing all the auditing work, all the correction of each voucher in the accounts. He will be passing through. Alone daughter he is alone, sitting in a room and doing his work. This girl is moving about alone. I thought, oh, what a pity. Let her talk to that girl a little. I called her. What to tell? If elderly person is there, some spiritual matter, some things, some reminiscences, something can be. Second standard girl, maybe 7, 8 years old. I can't give spiritual knowledge. I can't give something higher. But I can tell her some stories, moral, and some regarding the religious understanding, spiritual understanding, some. So I told one story. I asked that girl, will you tell me a story? She used to tell each time a story. I will tell one story to her. She will tell one story to me. She will tell a story, its moral and an experience from her own life. The first day I asked her to tell, she told one story. You must be able to love all people equally. How we live in the world. I am interested in one person. So I love that one person. My whole attention is on that person. Others are there. I am not concerned. I am not worried. Will a day come when I am able to love all equally? That was the story, how to love all equally. After the story, the moral was to love all. And then an experience from her own life. Mother was sick at home. A doctor has come to see her. She is unable to go to the hospital or nursing home or doctor. Doctor has come on a call and she is very cute and observing. First day when she came and I gave her a few chocolates, she took in the hand and looked around and told me, Swamiji, I will come in a minute. And went. I thought she was going to eat the chocolate and come. Small girl, you see. She went and gave to a beggar boy sitting in front of the temple and came away. Then itself I understood, oh, this girl doesn't belong to an ordinary class. A child, some sweets being given to give to other unknown beggar boy sitting. You can imagine the worth. Then after that she, very observant, where is what, who is, just a person passing, she can understand why, where to that person is moving about. To that extent. And then she told that story and told doctor had come home and looking after the mother, after the prescription and all examination, he was sitting and having a cup of coffee with my father. I was just standing aside and looking. She's observing the whole thing. Doctor called her near. She went. He asked her name and all that. He gave a chocolate to her from the pocket, his own pocket. She took it and he asked, Doctor, why did you give this to me? Because others are there at home. So why did you give this to me? He said, I love you. Then she took and looked at her. Do you love all? The next question. She said, yes, I love all. Suppose a beggar boy in the street, shabby, dirty, he comes to you. Will you love him as you are loving me? Very difficult to answer this question. He had to reflect for a while. He said, no. Then, doctor, you don't know what is love. Loving, focusing love on one person, differentiating is no more love. She said, you don't know what is love yet. So this kind of girl, she went on telling various stories, moral and strong experiences. Last day was peak. She had to go, and both were in little emotional feelings. Oh, this child is going away. Which was, we had established a relationship on such a ground, pure spiritual and divine ground, where the world never was there, of any worldly thought was not there. Everything divine, everything elevating, everything pure. And then she was telling certain stories, and I was in almost tears were flowing down my cheeks. And then about 2.5 hours, she is going on narrating high principles that human existence can have, and where do they err, and how they err, to what extent they err, and all this. And on the other side, life of the saints and sages. She's comparing and giving. I was almost in tears. I do not even know the tears are flowing from my eyes. And at one point, the tea time was nearing. Immediately she stopped everything and said, oh, yes, we'll go for tea now. We'll have a joyful time. The way in which she changed the whole atmosphere in a moment to the extreme sad state of feeling for the suffering mankind and melting away to the joyful moments of being one with the divine. Like that is Sri Ramakrishna's way to take us from the grief-stricken life to the elevating life of joy. Same journey. Why fight? Go as great person in the world. Have all positive things with you, equip yourself. Walk forth. Let the defects fall off by themselves. I keep walking. So here Sri Ramakrishna is bringing the Vrindavan episode all of a sudden, when people are still weeping and wailing. Sri Ramakrishna asked Kathak to recite episode of Uddhava, the friend and devotee of Krishna. At the request of Krishna, Uddhava had gone to Vrindavan to console the cowherds and gopis, who were sore at heart because of the separation from their beloved Krishna. The Kathak, you see, when the gopis saw Krishna and loved him, deep love made them, went on purifying, because Krishna is an absolutely perfect identity with the absolute, we can say. Nirvikara, no attachments, nirlipta. He is not bound by karma, he is not bound by any desires. Only thing to fill the others with love, to awaken the love that is dormant in everyone. He is there. So he is awakening love, pure love. He is giving pure love and raising them from the bodily existence to pure spiritual existence. That love is making their separation of, because there is a perfect ideal which I loved. I did not love for any demands, though I went in the early, as a gopi, I went early to Krishna looking at his physical beauty. But as I entered into deeper relationships, I started losing my body consciousness. I started seeing spirit manifest there. My spirit awoke that I lost my body consciousness. The spirit-loving spirit. Spirit-loving spirit. Now, if that spiritual relationship is going to break, which is the only source of eternal existence and life, the platform on which I am standing, if it is not seen, how panting would be there. There are some various types of pains we experience. When my college friend, school friend dies, we feel sorry. And we feel more, suppose he is my best friend, I may be for a day. This pain is gross mental pain. My mind is paining. My mind being diverted here, there, and again loses the awareness of he was a friend of mine, was there, and I lost him. Mind loses its memory very fast. Then there was a teacher who was taking care like my mother. Whether I have understood or not, he will again call to teacher's room and make me understand things. And he would watch me playing, doing activities and all, would guide me. Then if he dies or if she dies, my teacher, it's a greater loss. I feel like an orphan in the school. This pain I cannot so easily forget because it is little deeper, it is intellectual. Each time I find it difficult to erase because intellect is nischyatmika. Mind is sankalpa vikalpatmikam. Here the pros and cons are predominant in the mind. I will plan. If he was there, I would have been like this. But here the losses are at higher level. Intellect is working. Suppose I lose my son or daughter, the pain will be higher, deeper. It is at the heart level. Heart is weeping. And now, mind, intellect, friends, nobody can console heart weeping. Intellect also can be another person, a similar person appears in my life, I forget it. But nobody can replace a child to a mother. This is heart weeping. It remains probably to the whole life, rest of the life, now and then remembering. Nobody can wipe this heart's pain. Still deeper, at the awareness level, prajna level remains if it is husband and wife depending entirely on each other and loving deeply each other, and the two waves as if they have become one. There is no even the thinnest screen separating them. No hiding, no openness, nothing. They are one. There is no two at all. As if. Then the awareness, and the awareness constant, it is touching the consciousness as if. To that level, at the time of death also, the only thing that person remembers is that partner. Still deeper, in the deepest, is the spiritual relationship. The Guru who lived in close quarters like Naren and Swar Thakur, Guru Shishya, like Shankaracharya and his disciples. The disciples, they are related at spiritual level. The spiritual relationship, when it is going to break, when it breaks, nothing can compensate. That pain, which is spiritual level, my pure existence is suffering because of pure existence separated from me. God separated from the bhakta. Bhakta separating from God. How God and bhakta feel. So that pain gopis experience in absence of the highest pain a jiva can experience in its existence is spiritual. Spirit, loving spirit, independent of all layers, mind, intellect, all these are thrown away. Pure spirit is loving that. Individual spirit is loving the cosmic spirit. And cosmic spirit is missing from the awareness. It finds impossible to live. Just like Vyakulata that comes before realization. I cannot live without God. I cannot live without God. So that is at the spiritual level, and gopis suffer when Krishna goes away, not from the mental pain, not from the physical pain, not from the intellectual pain, not from the awareness of pain, it is from the existence, the pain. So that pain they are expressing here. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.